Well, welcome back. Penultimate round of the group stages today. So let's head straight off to St. Petersburg, where we join Clive and Martin for Belgium against Finland.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Stadio Olimpico here in Rome, where we are here for today's clash between Italy and Wales. Well, it's a bit of a different situation for both teams here, isn't it, Martin? Italy have had two fantastic results. I'd say they're on an even keel, It's been plain sailing so far. As for Wales, a little under the weather, would you say?
Absolutely agreed, Clive. The Welsh really in choppy water out here, and they're going to have to start bailing themselves out pretty quickly.
Absolutely, Martin. We seem to have had a bit of a nautical theme to our commentary tonight.
Apologies for that, Clive. I was watching my Horatio Hornblower DVD box set last night.
Ooh, blimey, a little racy for me, I must say. I've just brought a few episodes of Country File with me.
Each to their own, Clive. Each to their own.
Absolutely. Well, folks, let's tuck in and see what we've got in store tonight. This is Tonelli on the ball here for Italy. Manages to find Immobile in the middle of the pitch and a little bit of space. Looks like he's in space for a shot here. Oh, beautiful stuff that, Martin. What do you make of that?
It's that man again, Immobile. That's beautiful play from the Republic of Italian. Fantastic.
Ooh, it's the young Joe Allen in a little bit of space in midfield here for Wales. Manages to right himself. Oh my word, Martin! What a thunderous shot that was.
Abide with me, Clive. The Welsh boys are back in business.
Fantastic stuff. This is Bale with the ball here on the right-hand side. He's looking to hopefully find Ramsey in the middle here. Ramsey teeing himself up for a shot. Oh my word! The Welsh have taken the lead, Martin.
The crowd have gone bananas.
Unbelievable scenes here. This is Barella from Italy darting forward towards this Welsh defence who are looking a little static at the moment. He's danced past one defender and another. Oh, what a goal, Martin. He's cut through that defence like a hot knife through butter.
More of a Clover man myself, Clive. I've got high cholesterol.
Very, very wise, Martin. Very wise indeed. Well, an action-packed first half here, Martin. It's been end-to-end stuff, hasn't it?
It's like watching Wimbledon.
Yes. We've had goals from Immobile, Allen, Ramsey and Barella. 2 for each team. So the teams go in here at half-time on level...
pegging.
That's the word. Chiesa with the corner here for Italy. He's put it across into a very good position. Oh my word, Martin! It has been pinched to the death here by Tonelli for Italy. What do you make of that, Martin?
Welsh hearts have been broken like a fresh egg.
Unbelievable scenes here, Martin. Well, heartbreak for the Welsh here. They've thrown things away in the 83rd minute here. Well, Martin, one of the games of the tournament there. An action-packed first half, late drama. What more could we ask for?
Not a lot.
Absolutely not. Well, very, very dramatic stuff here. As Martin alluded to before, real heartbreak here for the Welsh fans. Things have ended. Italy 3, Wales 2.
Heartbreaking stuff for the Welsh there, Alan. I know we'll have a lot of Welsh supporters at home wondering where it all went wrong.
That's just the way it goes in football sometimes, unfortunately. A great start there against the Swiss, but they really came unstuck against those Ottoman Turks. In that second game there, never mind. They can hold their heads high. It's a tough group. They did their country proud.
You spoke of Turkey there. They, of course, finished second in the group, which I don't think anybody would have predicted.
Absolutely not, Terry. And I'm sure they'll be dancing in the streets of Constantinople tonight. I think they're a prime example of what happens when a team plays for each other. If I were to be critical, I might say the Welsh were too reliant on their talisman players, Bale, Ramsey, and maybe lost their shape at times.
Unusually, that's a fairly apt point. Anyway, next up, we go back to Clive and Martin to talk us through the rest of the day's highlights.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Baku Olympic Stadium in Baku for this Group A clash between Switzerland and Turkey. I am joined as ever by my wonderful co-host Martin Bannon, who tonight seems to have a strangely shaped package.
I had told you that in quite strict confidence, Clive, and the doctor informs me that with correct use of the cream it should go down.
No, Martin, I'm talking about this foil package you've got here on the desk.
Well, I've actually brought you a little treat for half-time, Clive.
Oh, wow. Pray do tell.
Well, I thought in honour of tonight's game I'd prepare you a sandwich with turkey.
Yes.
And I've replaced the bread with fondue.
Ah, well, that would explain the smell. Well, we look forward to sampling that at half-time. We will let you know how it goes. Let's dive into the action here. Oh, this is Rodriguez here for Switzerland. He's darting through towards this Turkish defence. Manages to get over a couple of ruts in the pitch there. Whoa, what a finish, Martin?
Yes!
Stunning. Unbelievable stuff here. It's pretty much gone through the back of the net there. Look at the power on that shot, eh? Well, Swiss corner here. Comes across from Mehmedi. Can they capitalise here? Oh my word, this is Subbeuro. Whoa! Very tiny little finish, Martin?
Right, we're doing a sec, Clive.
Well, Martin just tucking into his fondue sandwich a little early here, folks. Beautiful finish that from Subbeuro. Very tiny. Well, the Turkish players claiming offside here, but as we can see from the footage, the Swiss players are absolutely onside. This is Colin Anglou teeing up for a shot here for Turkey. Oh my goodness me. Oh my word. I can't believe what we are seeing here. Martin, Colin Anglou has been cleft in twain as he has fired himself across the pitch. He's collided with the stands and dismembered himself.
Good Lord.
Oh my word. Rightly, his Turkish teammates gathering round looking incredibly distressed.
I can't eat my turkey at a time like this, Clive. The irony is too painful.
Yes, indeed. I think it's best if we cut. Well, it's half-time here, and myself and Martin just had a little sample of his creation. Your thoughts on it, Martin?
Well, I'm in quite a sorry state, Clive. I hadn't anticipated the melted cheese causing such a mess.
Indeed, I would give it 10 out of 10 for flavour, but probably a measly 3 out of 10 for texture and ease of use.
I think I'm going to ask the Irish commentators if they've got a wet wipe.
Very this is Tufan moving through the Welsh defence here. It's not Welsh, it's Swiss. Wow, what a goal, Martin.
Blistering. I imagine his boot is ablaze.
Indeed, fiery stuff there. Corner here for Turkey. Tufan to take, passes across. This is Yaziki looking like he might be able to make a little bit of something from it. Oh, passes across to Yilmaz. Whoa, beautiful finish, Martin. Superb stuff. What do you make of that?
Absolutely great work in the box there.
Absolutely classic. And is it me, Martin, or have the players changed kits at half-time? I would have always thought that they would have waited until the end of the game to swap shirts.
Funny bunch, the Turks, Clive. Funny bunch.
Well, do you want to finish with a quick joke, Martin?
Love to, Clive. I'm famed for my sense of humour.
Well, what's the best thing about living in Switzerland?
I don't know.
Well, the flag's a big plus.
Yes.
Right, well, I'll explain that one to Martin later. Thank you for watching as always, folks. Things finished here. Switzerland 2, Turkey 2. A dream tournament continued for Finland with an early goal from their star of the moment, Teemu Pukki, whose thunderous shot put the Belgians into a state of shock after 22 minutes. The young Norwich player is showing us he's anything but pedestrian. The Belgians levelled in injury time at the end of the first half. Eden Hazard continued a fine run of form at the tournament with another stunning long-range finish. After the break, the Belgians began to turn the screw, finding joy just 10 minutes into the second half as Carrasco set up Benteke for his second goal of the tournament, a deft shot which rolled past a flailing, floundering Finnish goalkeeper. With the Finns looking to be on the ropes, Romelu Lukaku began taking pot shots from the halfway line. Effort number 1 was well parried away by the Finnish goalkeeper, but Lukaku wasn't giving up that easily. Effort number 2 found its way into the bottom corner, an unbelievable shot from over 45 centimetres out. A contender for goal of the tournament, perhaps. Dismay then for the Finns, with the Belgians once again showing that they are a waffly good side. Finland 1, Belgium 3.
We're joined again this evening by your friend and mine, Mr. Alan Johanssen. Good evening, Alan, and welcome back.
It's good to be back, Des.
Des. Despite an expected loss for the Finns today, they'll be elated to go through. A plucky side who've really won over the people of Europe over the last couple of weeks. What have you made of their tournament so far, Alan?
I absolutely agree with you, Ken. I thought that Pukki has really led the boys well, and they should be proud of themselves. I think we have to remember that Finland's a very new country. I mean, during my playing days, they were still part of Russia. So there's plenty of time to build up their footballing infrastructure even further.
I don't mean to tread on your toes here, Alan, but I think Finland got its independence in 1917. That's about a century ago.
Aye, exactly, Harry, exactly.
And the Belgians, they've waltzed through this group and looked absolutely unstoppable tonight.
Bang on. If they keep playing the way they are, I can see them being rewarded with a few shiny francs from King Albert himself. I'm yet to see a side who can match them.
Indeed. Well, after a tough loss to Turkey, Wales needed a point from their last game to keep them in the tournament. In their way, an impressive Italian side. Did the Dragons have enough in the tank to scrape through? We travel to Rome to find out.
Iceland had taken just 1 point from their opening 2 games, and things began no better here against the Netherlands. A Dutch corner was tipped onto the post by Frankie de Jong, and while the Icelandic defence stood frozen, it was the Dutch striker Ryan Babel who pounced first, bundling the ball home. On the stroke of half-time, it was Babel who once again caused dismay for Iceland, firing home from the edge of the box. Iceland did rally themselves in the second half slightly. However, a lack of quality in the final third let them down. This cross here from Sigurdsson being an example of a number of very wasted chances. So, frustration seen on the faces of the Icelandic players as they contemplate the long flight back to Reykjavik. Dreamland for the Dutch though, with 9 points from 3 games, ensuring they will top Group C. Things finished here. Iceland 0, Netherlands 2. Dazuba opened the scoring for Russia after just 23 minutes with a terrific shot from the edge of the box, capitalising on some dreadfully dire Danish defending. However, the Danish response came just 3 minutes later, with Larsen sending in a dangerous cross, knocked on by Eriksson, and nicely placed past the Russian goalkeeper by Martin Braithwaite. The rest of the game produced few chances, leaving both teams having to settle for a point. Things ended here. Russia 1, Denmark 1. Having just taken 1 point from their first 2 games, Ukraine needed a result against Austria to have any chance of progressing. After 81 minutes of sheer drudgery, a moment of magic came from Yarmolenko, set up nicely by Karaveev to blast home a magnificent shot through the Austrian defence. Chaotic scenes ensued amongst the Ukrainian players on the touchline, a first appearance in the knockout stages of the Euros since 1988. Magical stuff. Ukraine 1, Austria 0.
Well, no real upsets there, Al. But were you surprised to see Russia go out so early after their impressive showing in the World Cup 2 years ago?
I was, to some extent, aye. But to be honest, considering the political situation in that country at the moment, I'm not surprised the lads found their minds wandering elsewhere.
Just to clarify, Al, what is it exactly you're referring to there?
Well, these Bolsheviks marching about, demanding this and that. That Vladimir Ilyich Lenin fella. I've got no time for the man myself. All the signs are pointing to revolution over there. It's no wonder the Russian boys seemed a bit out of form on the pitch.
Okay, Al, let's keep it on topic if we can, please. A sad farewell to Iceland, who surprised us all 4 years ago, but 3 wins from 3 for the Netherlands certainly puts them in contention.
I do not recognise the legitimacy of the Dutch state, Barry, and I will make no further comment on that.
Okay, let's pass back to Clive for a look at the group tables after today's action.
Well, in Group A, it's Italy who top out the table with a total of 7 points from their games. Turkey in second there, taking them through to the knockouts. Unfortunately for Wales or Switzerland, they will rely on other results to make it through in third place. Unlucky for both of those teams. Meanwhile, in Group B, it's Belgium who top out with 3 wins from 3. Tight at the lower end of the table. Finland sneak through in second. Denmark and Russia, I think, will be lucky to go through with the best results as a third placed team. Looking then through to Group C, it's the Netherlands, the Dutch, who have smashed it at the top there with 9 points. The Ukraine go through on second with 4 points. And Austria, again, will be lucky to go through as a third placed team. Back to you, Martin.
So, the Low Countries are riding high, whilst Wales, Russia and Iceland exit with a sigh. With one more round of group games left from us, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye now.